Okay, so this is my 5th or 6th attempt at trying to do a Polarstar install. Obviously, it's already installed. So basically, if you don't know how to take off your upper, then not the video for you, unless you're just watching it just to see what goes on. Alright, I was just shooting mine and then decided to make a video, so make sure there's no battery connected. If you're going from AEG, just make sure your wires are pulled out, all that. I'm doing a trigger tune just to make a bit shorter of a trigger pull, a teeny weeny less of a trigger pull, so yeah. Gosh darn it, of course. Freaking do that. Okay, did I just mess up my angle? Better not have. If it did, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, grab a large, make a chunky, large screwdriver. Long screwdriver Phillips. In most cases, if you're going from straight from the AR, you'll be able to take it out from behind. There should be a screw back there, and you're gonna want to unscrew that. Take that out. Oh yeah, I forgot sweet panel. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pauses in this video, 100%. It's gonna take me a while to get a whole bunch of this stuff done. Yeah. Sorry for all that clip packing back there. It's on my water cans, so I don't feel like cleaning up. Sometimes that little plate back there is a pain in your butt. Make sure you keep those all together. You should just be able to pull your wires right through the thingamabobber. Buffer tube. Keep your buffer tube, you're gonna need that unless you're doing some kind of weird stuff with your gun. Yeah. So, also, if you're going from AEG to your Polarstar, you shouldn't have to worry about the wires staying intact, but, whatever. Next, what you're going to want to do is take off the screws from your pistol grip. Actually pretty easy though. Usually 4. Sometimes you'll have 3 or 2 in there, just whatever the manufacturer decided to give you. For that, you're usually gonna want a Phillips 1x3 or 1x3, whatever. That's what I find works best. Probably will need the longer one, just because it is a little hard to reach down there. This one is a 1x4, but actually, you know, I might actually have the right one. Yeah. I also use a 2x4. It also works. Any Phillips that'll fill that hole. If you are installing a Polarstar, if you do have the IGL, you might, and I say might because mine you did have to, file down and like Dremel the hole where the motor usually is to be able to fit the IGL through. It doesn't take too long, it's a little bit, not too much. Yeah. Didn't take too long. You're gonna want to keep that pistol grip and all the screws that come with it. You're gonna want those. You're gonna need those. Next, you're just gonna want to take. That's way too big for that job. You're just gonna want to take your magazine catch or release off. Usually it's just a screw. Either right up on top where you can see it, or sometimes it's down by the mag well. Not down by the mag well, but on the bottom of the button right here, but down closer to the mag well, facing the mag well. But sometimes, not all the time. Most cases I see are this way. That's relatively easy. Everything I take off like this, I like to put back together. I usually catch like two to 4 threads on there, just to keep them together so you don't lose them. I like to keep most things together, so it's less work for me to do when I'm done. You want to take out this pin and this pin. That I do want to actually. Damn, I got that big pin out just with my thumb. It's pretty crazy, I guess. And this pin you probably will need a punch for, or like an Allen key. Really, I've been slacking a lot. I don't use the tools I spent $100 on. Also, you're not gonna want to. So if you poke it out one end and you see those, like I guess you would say not threads, but like whatever. You see this part right here, and you see that part poke out. That's a good sign. You want to keep pulling it out. But if you don't see that and you see the smooth side, you're gonna want to stop and push it through the other end. From here, when all those pins are out, you should just be able to pull it out, pull the gearbox out. I like to put my selector switch on a 45-degree angle, right in between safe and semi. Yeah. If you are installing something that's not the Polarstar Jack F1 or F2, this is not the video you should be watching. Because I haven't installed those whatever. The Jack Polarstar Jack F1 and F2 are very similar with the install. This is not an install guide for those. Let's just set this lower receiver down here somewhere. From here, if you are taking it from a how long am I at? 16 or 8. Okay. From a AEG, you're gonna want to make sure that you hold when you're taking out the last few bolts, you're gonna want to take out. What am I yapping about? You're gonna want to hold down the gearbox so that everything doesn't come out, and make sure that you are being careful back here. The spring doesn't come fling out at you, but it's not in my case because I don't have a spring. So yeah, easy for me. Alright. Damn. Just take these screws out. It doesn't really matter what pattern you take them out in. I just take them out if I can. What I would suggest, maybe if there's a spring in your gun, to maybe take out these 2 bolts right here last. Screws right there last, so that the spring area is held down. I've never taken apart a gearbox until I've actually had to install my Polarstar, because I did that with one of my now parts guns because I messed it up. I didn't know how to put it back together. So if you're just doing this for fun, maybe wait until you decide that you have a parts gun to experiment with that. Don't you go and disassemble your main gun and regret it because you don't know how to put it back together. Wait a little bit. Might have to cut this to get my trigger back in because I freaking hate this trigger and it's so hard to get back in. Especially with this damn trigger spring. It took me like an hour to put it back in. Alright, I'm gonna tune this. I'm gonna put it right back in. If I actually have a Allen key to do so. Looks like I actually do. A bit shorter of a trigger pull. I should take the pin out, spring out, and it's a little less of travel. I like that, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in. Fortunately, maybe if I like put it down like that. Look at that, strat. That's crazy. I don't think it went too much. Make sure it's all lined up. If I could get this in on the first try, that would be amazing. I'm gonna push that safety in. Oh, crazy, huh? I want a hair. You know what? Screw it. I got time. Actually, no. I'll undo it all. Later. Alright. I'll show. Yeah, I gotta show you how to do it all. Alright, so basically you're gonna just take everything out. Take all your, whatchamacallit, all your gears out. Take your spring out. You're gonna want to keep your spring guide or whatever the heck this thing is called. You're gonna keep that. Pull your trigger out. Pull everything out, and then this board that's usually right here, be right here. I know this looks the same, but this is not the same. You want to take out the screws that hold that in. Don't take out the screws for this, just take out the screws for that. Just pull that out. Alright, and then take out everything that be right up here. Take everything that's in there out. Alright, you're gonna have the unit itself. It has these nice holes on them. To line them up actually with the gearbox. There's a little bit of wiggle because this gearbox is pretty old. Alright, if you have the IGL, attach the IGL. It tells you how to attach it. If you, for some reason, don't know how to do that, then you're just going to take it, you're going to screw it in the little hole that's right there. And then connect this wire to the top port, and this long wire right here to this port. I'll be 1 second. Okay, after that, what you're gonna want to do, is that's it, really. You're gonna want to put this back in right here, okay, and then place the top on. That. Make sure your trigger lines up with everything, and you push your safety in, and put all the screws back in. So I'll do that real quick. Don't fully when you put it back in the lower receiver, don't fully put it together. Put your hop up on. In your upper and just loose. Don't put any bolts in. Put your upper. Actually, no. Sorry if you went wrong information. Put the big bolt in and your mag catch in, and make sure it's aligned with everything. It's all aligned good. Put your hop up in your upper, and don't bolt your upper down. Just put your upper on the lower. Yeah. Make sure everything's aligned. I won't tell you how to align everything because I'm not 100% sure on my alignment capabilities of like telling you how to do it all. But it should be pretty easy. You'll check out another video, and it should tell you just exactly how to do all that. Once you're done putting on all these screws, I want to, of course, just pop it back into the lower. 1 second. And just like I said before, like I like taking it out with the selector switch at a 45-degree angle. I like to put it in also with the selector switch at a 45-degree angle. What I have found to be most annoying is the spring guide that you keep in there. You need that in there to actually put the buffer tube on. That's always a pain in my butt. It's always a pain in my butt, and I never get it. So I'll be skipping that part. I'll be fast forwarding through that part because it's a pain in my butt. But yeah, just make sure your trigger is all good. Put your attach this thingy on there and attach your battery. And just make sure that it just doesn't matter what position it's at, just like pull your trigger. Make sure it's at the right position. Yours full auto will not sound the same as my full auto. Mine is tuned. Alright? So listen to that, hear that? That's crazy fast, right? It's not coming from the factory like that. Ain't no way. I will tune the trigger a bit more. I don't even think I tuned it that much. But yeah, so that's great. And make sure it's detached. Do you boo? But is that grinding? There's a pin that's grinding. Oh shoot. Well, I had to delete a little bit of what just happened there. So as you saw me, as soon as I had touched something and said, "Oh shoot," unfortunately, I have broken my selector switch, which means now it is semi-locked, which necessarily isn't the worst thing, but that means there's no safety, there's no full auto, only semi-auto. So that freaking sucks. They are only $20, the switchboards. Unfortunately, that means that my MP7 is going to be delayed a bit more because I need to spend. It's my Polarstar. I need that to be able to play airsoft. So yeah, I'm not very happy. I know I look kind of fine, but I'm not happy at all. Quite devastated, actually. Here, there's a little piece that I broke off. As you can see, extremely easy to break. I shouldn't have freaking touched it, but yeah, here, second. There's where I broke it off from, right there. I touched it, just touched it. See, it's semi-locked now. That's unsafe. It should be unsafe right now, but it's semi-locked. There's what full auto should be. Clearly only semi-auto. So that freaking sucks. So I guess that's the end of the video. Probably not what you wanted to watch the rest of the video to be. But yeah, I guess there's an update to what happened here. I'm not very happy right now. I don't know if it's obvious or not. I'm extremely mad. Let me flip this over. I'm extremely mad. It's probably gonna be like another month till I can use it, because I need to wait for Polarstar to ship me another one. That is if I get it ordered today, or tomorrow. I seriously need that piece to be able to use this gun, to abide by my field's rules. So yeah, I'm extremely mad. I'm furious right now. So I don't know why I keep going at it, but yeah, unfortunately, that's how this video has to end. I'll see you in the next video, I guess.